Hi, and welcome to another episode. In this episode, let's attempt to fix the lights. You've probably noticed that the warehouse that we're in is not very well lit, and obviously the lamps that are used in here cause quite a bit of flicker. That's not the easiest thing to fix on a GoPro, but at least if we get enough light, it will justify me bringing out perhaps the big camera. Anyway, that's off the track. The reason for doing this is quite simple. As you might know or seen, the warehouse is lit by 4 HID lamps. Now that thing eats a ton of power, up to 400 watts. Now if there's 4 of them burning for 8 hours a day or 9 hours a day realistically, that burns quite a bit of power. Now these ones are supposedly, regardless of what the brand says, these are supposedly 50 watt lamps. Now it does show to pull 62, which is either a ballast load or it's just they're saying roughly true to what this actually is. My only question is the narrow, thin, short fins, because this is supposed to cool the whole structure of it, because this acts, the whole body of LED floodlights is meant to cool the LEDs themselves. Therefore, I've acquired 4 of them to be installed on either wall. Well, we'll go with 2 at least and see how that compares to using the lamps that take ages to turn on to get to their nominal brightness. That is, that by the way, they do dim over time as well, and we'll see how they compare and whether this will work in our case. Well, I can tell you one thing. I'm never using British electrical components ever again. It's a pain in the neck to work with. Nevertheless, let there be light. As much as I would like to show you that thing working today, unfortunately, I miscalculated and I only had 1 plug at me today. Therefore, lucky you, with you seeing the next thing tomorrow, me connecting and showing it off. But for me, the today is over, so I'll see you tomorrow. And the work's done. Let's see how bad it is. And that is lighting everything directly underneath it, but it doesn't quite get to the further areas, which means I'll need to install yet another one. Unfortunately, I've run out of flexible conduit and that means I'll have to order some more and wait some more and do the rest of the work off camera. But that's the end for at least today. So what's the purpose of this video, you might ask? It's quite simple. It's not a electrician's installation guide, obviously, and it's not to show you that I can do things or I can't do things and so on. It's quite simply me getting out of a situation where there is insufficient lighting, the energy prices are going up, and as a business and as an individual you have to look at these things and find solutions that suit you best. In this case, this was my solution, and the whole purpose of this whole thing is to show that you always have to think, adopt, and potentially learn something in order to improve the situation that you're in. And that's the whole point. That's how you do anything, and that's how you get anywhere. You learn, you adopt, you solve. As simple as that. So hopefully you've enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next one.